Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beyond the Boundary, your daily guide to all that's happening in the world of Indian cricket. TOI Digital, TOI Sports is the platform. Today, we've got Nitin Naik, who joins us from Mumbai. Also joining us from NCR is Pratyush Raj. There he is. Thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us. I want to start off with you, Nitin. Uh, it's thankfully not a very big assignment for India in the sense that Sri Lanka is at the bottom of the table. But missing out on Jasprit Bumrah for a test series which India needs to win and win quite handsomely. How much does the fact that he's injured, does it put the center of excellence under the scanner? Or in the case of Jasprit Bumrah, they can't be blamed because he got injured on the field.
Yeah, that's an impact injury where I don't think the center of excellence has got, because it's not a soft tissue injury, it's a bone injury, I think. Uh, and it happened because he banged his foot onto the turf at Cardiff. Um, I think, Chandresh, that this injury to Bumrah, I mean, I know I'm saying something blasphemous for all Bumrah fans over here. Uh, and I think that this injury to Bumrah gives us a chance to plan our future without him. And I think it's about time. That
In Test cricket.
in Test cricket, it needs to happen. The sooner it happens, the better, because we've seen what happens to Siraj the moment Bumrah is not there. He really assumes that leadership role, runs in like the wind, be it the first ball of the series or the last ball of the series. Um, and every time we have this uncertainty hanging on our heads, whether he'll play one test, whether he'll play two tests, whether he'll play three tests. It causes a lot of disruption to the captain and the coach and the team management and the selectors. So I think it's about, and if Ajit Agarkar had said when they were moving on from Hardik Pandya as a T20 captain, if he had used the word that we need somebody who needs to be on the field, then I think the same yardsticks should apply to him as well, in terms of even gradations of contracts. And if he's played 52 tests out of the 81 that India have played since his debut, and has missed a whole load of tests, then I think, even in terms of the way his contracts are graded, I think that should be looked at as well.
Pratyush, is it a क्या बोलते हैं a comment on the center of excellence? Because it's not just Bumrah, there are six, seven other players also. But in any given time, at any given time, you've got at least about 10 to 15 players stationed there.
Yeah. India can we can have assemble an injured 11 and a good
Yeah.
injured 11. I mean, it's not only Bumrah. Bumrah had an impact injury, as Nathan sir mentioned. He was swelling on his landing knee. But where is Akashdeep? Akashdeep, a stress fracture in England, was rushed back. IPL played a couple of games, then again missed out. He's still nursing his injuries. Harshit Rana is another example. Washington Sundar, Nitish Kumar Reddy, Hardik Pandya. I mean, पहले there used to be a joke that, I mean, I'm sorry that I was one जो ऐसे jokes करते थे on कमलेश नागरकोटी and शिवम मावी, that they उनका एक room वहाँ पे booked है in at NCA. Now there are like several Indian cricketing team, and we don't even know whether Sai Sudarshan will play the first test or not. Who is going to be his replacement if the team which is supposed to leave today or day after, or tomorrow? So who is, if Sai is not playing, not fit to bat for the 3-day game and the first test, who is his replacement? There are so many questions. And मतलब एक हमारे मतलब बिहार में गंगा घाट बहुत सारे गंगा घाट है, बिकॉज गंगा बीच से जाती है, तो देयर इज अ सेइंग वहां पे, मोकामा एक जगह है जहां से अभी हम लोग वी सी द मीम्स ऑफ अनंत सिंह अ लॉट ड्यूरिंग बिहार एवरी इलेक्शन, देयर इज अ सेइंग वहां पे सब कुछ फिट फाट अंदर से मोकामा घाट. व्हेन यू लुक एट द सीओई एंड एवरीथिंग, इट इज लाइक, मतलब आपने एक नासा टाइप का सब कुछ बना दिया बाहर से. 20 तरीके की मिट्टियां हैं, एवरीथिंग इज देयर. बट व्हेन इट कम्स टू लाइक एक स्पोर्ट्स साइंस को हम मास्टर नहीं कर पाए. with all the money and everything, we are not able to master the sports science, sports injuries. क्यों हो रहे हैं? Why players are getting cramps? Why there's so much hamstring injuries? Workload एक बन गया है. Workload के बारे में I mean, I have read articles 100,000, but why people are continuing, they break down after playing one game, two game. And अभी एक नया term आया है when Nitin sir and Chandra said that कि फलाना bowler is a 4 over bowler, फलाना cricketer is a ODI cricketer, उसका body 50 over का ही है, उसका body 4 over का ही है. I mean, who decides that? कैसे? Why? क्या हम are we setting that benchmark कि if कि Mayank Yadav can bowl only 4 overs? Is Jasprit Bumrah not fit to bowl 20 overs a day? मतलब जैसे I mean then there are so many questions, like there's so many questions unanswered. So I hope I don't know whether a secretary or a selector I mean we can't even blame selectors. Those who are not fit, वो वहाँ जा रहे हैं, वो ग्रीन सिग्नल लेके आ रहे हैं कि हाँ हर्षित राणा 2 matches he was unfit. नीतीश कुमार रेड्डी played 1 game in धर्मशाला, एक निगल होता है in Lucknow, he misses out. In Chennai again he plays, then he's moved. I mean he missed entire England tour. So I mean who, I don't know whether, I mean you guys are the veterans here. आप लोग बताओ who should be, I mean as a reporter, as a journalist, who should be answerable for all these injuries?
Nitin,
Take
you want to
review
take
it. Sorry.
Firstly, I think Chandresh, it's the player himself. He has to be honest with the feedback that he's giving to his franchise physio, to his state physio, and to the physio associated with the Indian team, as well as to the.
I just want to jump in here. I just want to jump in here, Nitin.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you,
Yeah.
the fact that the board says during the IPL, my contracted player, I have no control. What kind of statement is that? Does that, because Varun Chakravarti was injured, but KKR kept playing him.
Yeah,
Bumrah
and also with a
clearly
fractured foot.
Yeah,
Riyan
Bumrah
Parag.
came into the
Riyan
IPL
Parag
with
was
injury.
injured.
Yeah.
Bumrah came into the IPL with an injury, or he went to CoE before the IPL. So I want to understand what kind of impact does it leave on the mind of the player कि हमारा जो एम्प्लॉई है, जो मेरा 12 महीने का सैलरी पे कर रहा है, वो कर रहा है अब्बा डब्बा जब्बा, अभी ये हमारी मजबूरी कोई और संभाल रहा है.
Yeah, but then the player has to put his foot down, right? Can't Bumrah tell MI that no, I can't play. I'm sorry, I can't play. Don't give me the money, but I can't play. I mean, if I mean,
मुझे
let me
गुलजार साहब
make
का एक
sense
लाइन
of
याद आ रहा है.
this.
नितिन, मुझे गुलजार साहब का एक लाइन याद आ रहा है. तेरे मासूम सवाल पे हैरान हूं मैं, परेशान हूं मैं.
Exactly. I mean, it is. I mean, let me make sense of this. I still replay that quote of Mahila Jayawardene into my head when I'm talking about Bumrah here. That he's entered the IPL with a niggle. I mean, come on here. Here we have Australian Cricket Board pulling out Pat Cummins from the first 7-8 games because there is an injury flare-up chance over there, and here we are using our prime asset. You're using a Ferrari like an ambassador. So let's not do it. And here, I think the player also has to take some responsibility here. I think Bumrah is now if he is on that A+ contract, which puts him on the cream de la cream in terms of hierarchy. I think he is in a position to say that no, I don't want to play. My body doesn't allow it.
We saw that in 2011 after India won the World Cup. A lot of players were injured. They didn't go to West Indies. They landed up in England in a half-hearted manner because they felt that they had reached the top of the tops, forgetting that they won the World Cup in one-day internationals, not in test matches. And you saw the casual way with some senior players.
Sehwag was a classic. Yeah.
Zahir Khan, you saw what happened with him?
Yeah.
On the first day of that series, and then India never recovered.
First session.
And then instead of calling for young fit bowlers, they called for somebody who's a current selector who was holidaying in Miami.
Yeah.
And the first delivery ball was 100 115 or 118 kilometers per hour down the leg
Hmm.
side wide.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, question for you, Nitin. How can a test team be built for one or two if one or two players are declared won't be available for all matches?
Thank you for the logo, firstly, drawn Krishna, with a fellow Manchester United supporter. So, thank you. Hopefully, the team will do well this year. How can a team be built if one or two
जस्ट मिनट
players?
प्रत्युष और आपने कहा आप लोग वेटरन देखा नितिन ने वो लोगो देखा वेटरन बाद में अगली बार से देख के बोलना
How can a
Veterans are
test team be
respect, out
built
of respect.
if one or two players are declared won't be available for all matches? Yeah, I mean, tell me, Pratyush and Chandresh both, when just to take a cue from what Ron Krishna is asking here. When before the news came that he is ruled out, didn't the news come through that he has passed the fitness test?
Yeah.
So obviously either that was a lie or the latest report is wrong. So
that was
who
said by sources ना so that
so who
so
cleared
जिसका
that
source
fitness
गलत
test?
है वो गलत बताया
Yeah, so obviously there is, and what is this 95% fit? I mean, clearly whoever is even authorized to speak or give quotes, he does. It's like being slightly pregnant. No, it doesn't work that way, right? Nobody can be slightly pregnant. Either you are or you're not. So what is this 95% fit? Yeah, he's absolutely right. They if they won't be available for all matches, it's a problem. I feel sorry here, Chandresh, for Shubman Gill. I don't think ever in his captaincy tenure so far he's had a full squad to choose from.
yeah अच्छा introspect is asking Zahir Khan used to break down yet he played 92 test matches and 200 ODIs can any Indian bowler play the whole season without getting injured Nitin, also remember that 2006 he was dropped and he went and played the entire county season. Did not miss a single match.
70,
Yeah,
70
So,
odd wickets.
yeah.
no, more than that.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
And he
Nitin,
was on the. I think he was on grade C at that time. He was
yeah.
on a grade C contract,
And in
and
one
that's why
game he
that.
picked up 9 wickets in an innings in
Yeah,
county
yeah,
cricket.
yeah. So, and I think that's even Ishan Sharma. I think his renaissance kind of happened when he started working with Jason Gillespie, and he finally drilled it into his head that boss, you need to pitch the ball a little bit further. He suffered from that Javagal Srinath mentality. And I think Srinath gave a quote years ago after when he retired that had he had the sense to pitch the ball a little bit further up, he would have had 150 test wickets more. Uh, so yeah, I mean, county cricket is a great finishing school, Chandresh. It allows you, it builds your body up. It firstly it makes you get out of that mentality of bowling only 3 overs during nets or 4 overs during nets. Here you're playing week in, week out. Here there is nobody with a GPS marker on your back saying that आपको इतना ही bowling करना है. You're in a red zone. Uh, no, I mean your bowling muscles and your bowling skills develop only when you bowl. If you don't bowl, then these are the injuries that you will end up with.
Yeah, I only hope that the England board sort out their domestic schedule by having blocks of the format
Yeah.
rather than mix and match here and there. Because right now they are signing up players for 5 matches, 6 matches, 7 matches. Pratyush, question for you
Yeah.
from Yash Jadhav. If India wants Bumrah's services, he needs to choose whether he wants to play the entire IPL or just 5 matches.
I don't think, I mean, he can do that. He can do that. No, that ship has sailed. Like, I mean, in at Bombay, in the Bombay Sport Exchange, former India bowling coach Bharat Arun made a very valid point. If he is getting, let's say, 18 crores from MI, BCCI should pay. Bus will pay you 18 crore for that 2 months. You don't play. Up off season low, but when it comes to playing for India, we need you. But can we do that? I don't think so. That I mean, वो चीज निकल गई है. I mean, uh, uh, a tiny bit of socialist in me will say कि ये पूरा capitalist economy है जो चल रहा है and we have sold an asset like Bumrah to capitalist. So वो तो government big गई है, so there's nothing we can do on that. But what we can do is, like, instead of playing him in a useless bilateral series, just play him. I mean, ठीक है, if he's not fit to play Sri Lanka, make sure if he's playing in the Asian Games, वहाँ पे I don't know what kind of grounds
Why?
will be there.
Why is he
Why
playing
does
in
he,
the
why
Asian?
does he need to play the Asian Games?
Yeah,
That is another question.
Why
No,
does
I
he
don't
need to
know.
play the one-day matches in New Zealand?
yeah. Just play the tests.
So that, yeah, just play the test and play the ICC tournaments. I mean, again, अगर उस तरीके से करना है, that's the one way to go. But I don't know. I mean, it's a very. I mean, it's a, I'm like literally. I was looking at the players who are getting injured, and as a. I mean, तभी अभी अजिंक्य रहाणे got. I mean, retired. Huge credit to Ravi Shastri, Ajinkya Rahane, Nitin Patel, the way they pulled off that Border Gavaskar series in 2021. मतलब कोई फिट ही नहीं था. एंड आयरनी उसमें ये है सबसे बड़ी कि कुलदीप यादव वहां भी नहीं खेल पाए थे 4 टेस्ट में से एक भी टेस्ट, despite everyone getting injured and because of playing 11 combination and all. So what has gone wrong? I don't know. Ben, what is Dr. Rizwan or Kamlesh Zain doing? कि क्या आप spot नहीं कर पा रहे हो? If there is like continuous hamstring, why we are not able to spot it? कि players जा रहा है, breakdown हो रहा है. So I don't know. I mean, whether Jasprit Bumrah, I mean, या तो आप एक अलग सा blueprint बनाओ for Bumrah. Can we do that? I don't know. I don't think so.
Also, this whole business of players landing up after an off-season overweight. I mean, we saw what shape Sanju Samson came through
Yeah.
after the IPL. I mean,
Harshit Rana.
Harshit Rana, at least fine. At least he was going through post-surgery, whatever rehab or whatever. But Sanju Samson, I don't think he had any excuse to be in the shape that he was in when he landed. I mean, fine, you have an off-season wardrobe or an in-season wardrobe, I can understand, but you cannot be so off the scale that it was clearly visible that he was not fit, and some of the dismissals I think maybe can be attributed to that.
Okay, Pratyush, one more question. Any update on GT? There are rumors of Sai Kishore, Washington Sundar going to CSK.
I don't think. I don't think. I think Washi is in their core. I don't think they will release Sai Kishore or Washington Sundar. I don't think so. क्योंकि वहां जाने वाले बहुत लोग हैं. शाहरुख खान, राहुल तेवाटिया, जयंत यादव. There are so many people they might offload, but I don't think not these two.
Acha, what is happening with Sai Sudarshan? If he's not fit, who will go in his place?
That's again, like, that's a query. I don't know. I mean, who should go? Ideally, in an ideal world, Sarfaraz Khan should go.
What about Smaran?
क्योंकि Smaran has not played. He's in the targeted list player, but he has not played India A. So अगर आपको you should not jump the gun. अगर
But
कोई क्यू में है,
why didn't he go to Sri Lanka with India A after scoring so many runs?
that is, there's a valid reason, because our team wanted to their regular number 3, 2 competitors, Devdutt and Sai, they should get the game time. And Sai Sudarshan ka bhi, I think it was an impact injury, some foot injury he had. So if he's not playing, who is next in line? Smaran, after playing just, he had a fantastic 2 season, but I think Sarfaraz ko jana chahiye.
What about Karun? Karun has scored so many runs last season also, yeah.
Karun Nair got a wonderful chance in England, and he scored the overmade. There was 150. He had played there some county games before, and the India A games also, where he scored runs. And he scored a double century. But I think 5 test matches. हो गया. Like, you should. I mean, what wrong has Sarfaraz done? आप Sarfaraz से भाग क्यों रहे हो? Continent में तो he knows how to score run. मुझे नहीं समझ में आता. Short pitch ball, swing, this, that. He scored 150 in Bangalore. Rishabh Pant ko chhod, and they were the 2 batters who scored runs. So I feel really bad. I mean, sad for Sarfaraz. Then there is a logic that he doesn't bat at number 3 for Bombay. He bats at 5 and 6. As long as someone is scoring runs, taking wicket, I mean, I mean, the way, just an example, Mohammad Abbas picked up 5 wickets, bowled beautifully in the first test, and Pakistan dropped him in the second test.
He picked up 8 in the first test.
Then he got dropped. I mean, Akib Nabi, after taking 100, more than 100 wickets for 2 seasons, I mean, just because of injury, he should have been an ideal pick. कि हाँ मतलब हम जा रहे हैं, हम आपको लेके जा रहे हैं. Should, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, क्या वो selectors वाला नितिन सर आप हमेशा बोलते हो ना? I mean, Mahinder Amarnath or Vincent, there's a famous quote.
Mohinder.
अच्छा, शुभम मिश्रा पूछ रहे हैं यश राठौड़ जा सकते हैं क्या? एंड उज्जवल मौर्य wants रिंकू सिंह.
Rinku Singh's first class average is excellent. But for India A, he has even admitted he got chances for India A, but उन्होंने वो नहीं कर पाए. Yes, Rathore is again like Vidarbha. Again, these boys needs to be, उनको आपको ready करना होगा for 8 overs. Dilip Trophy में, I'm really excited to see how कैसे ये लोग खेलते हैं. And Ayush Daseja from Delhi is another guy. Tej Rana has made it to, I don't know, Goa comes in South Zone. मेरा ज्योग्राफी अभी मतलब मेरे को याद आया, हाँ गोवा साउथ जोन में.
Yeah, it is South.
Yeah. So मैं Tilak Verma, he needs to score in Dilip Trophy, and मतलब these are the next crop जिस पे you can invest कर सकते हो. But are they India ready? I don't think so.
Okay. Nitin, there is a question for you from Cricket Updates. How can we let go of a tournament for which people ask questions 24/7, 365 days about this so-called trade cuts?
No. Cricket Updates, it's not a question of fans over here. And okay, I'll ask Cricket Updates. I'll ask you, Chandresh and Pratyush, all three a question. Okay, what will you remember about Bumrah more? A spell that he bowled for MI in the IPL over the last 2 or 3 years, or will you remember that delivery he bowled to Ollie Pope at Vizag?
I'll remember the delivery to Ollie Pope.
Yeah, I mean, and
Sean Mars.
Won't we always remember whenever we talk about Australia 2021? Won't we always remember Hanuma Vihari and Ravi Ashwin for what they did in Sydney?
Yeah.
Do we remember what Nehal Wadera did for Punjab Kings against Gujarat Titans? No, we won't. So test matches, they stay. They stay in our psyche. For all the fears that we express about Test cricket going down the drain, interests going down. People, when there is a series in Australia, people get up at 5 o'clock and they watch. They still do, and even the Border Gavaskar Trophy that will come here. I know even if India get knocked out of the WTC standings, they would still want India to do well and beat Australia at least and win that series, even if the WTC is gone.
Yeah, Hastakshi Ingra says, thank you, Nitin sir. We too feel sorry for Shubham for not getting full strength team.
Yeah, I mean, he's been an unfortunate captain in a way because he's never got. Either he himself has been injured when KL Rahul won that series against South Africa, and yeah, it's just unfortunate that he's never got a chance because unfortunately the W's and the L's go against his name when the captaincy ledger is calculated.
Yeah, Ujjwal Maurya says, if I remember, KL coming out to bat when he couldn't walk in the IPL.
Yeah,
that also happened. Okay, Pratyush, what happened to that BCCI review meeting? Or was that one of those things that they said will happen, but it's never going to happen?
हो गया अभी मतलब एक हो गया. There was couple of scapegoats. एक और होगा after Sri Lanka test where the head physiotherapist and the team doctor will be replaced. I mean, यही होता है. 1-2 नाम आएंगे फिर लोगों को लगेगा हाँ सब everything is fixed. But yeah, I don't think it will happen.
Officially, sure.
Assam Cricket Association ACA ने पोस्ट कर दिया.
But BCCI ने नहीं किया.
बीसीसीआई
साइराज
आकाश
बाउंड्री का
वहां से
अपॉइंटमेंट भी नहीं अनाउंस किया. सॉरी
गुवाहाटी से बॉम्बे दूर है ना, अभी तो
सॉरी
फ्लड भी आया हुआ है उधर।
सॉरी मैं ज्यादा सोच रहा. Okay. Imanshu का सुपर चैट है. प्रत्युष भाई, please tell in detail about today's DC camp trial. Today, who were the other players except which Gigi sir wrote and coaches present?
I think he wrote about the 4 Bombay players.
Yeah.
So it was so that's it. I mean trials में तो बहुत इधर जिनको जिनको call जाता है, it's like I mean every cricketer in off season में they feel like कि वो KBC चल रहा है. हाँ, मैं अमिताभ बच्चन बोल रहा हूँ, आपको यहाँ ट्रायल पे आना पड़ेगा. हर डीसी हर स्काउट आईपीएल का ऐसे ही करता है. So I don't know, अभी यहाँ दिल्ली प्रीमियर लीग भी चल रहा है. So I mean there will be a Sere Punjab in Punjab by the end of
मुझे
this month.
बात बताओ, CSK is having a fitness camp. मतलब does not make any sense.
NSG had a fitness camp. No, ये करते हैं गंदे सर. NSG had a fitness camp 2 years ago where Yudhvir Singh Charak, Rashik Salah, Umran Malik, and so not LSG, the JNK had a fitness camp और NSG ये जितने अपने RCB या यहाँ वहाँ से कैंप करके आए थे, इन सब ने फिटनेस का साइन करवा के फ्रॉम देयर रिस्पेक्टिव फ्रेंचाइज जैसे कि वी आर नॉट फिट, जो आईपीएल टू आईपीएल वाला सिंड्रोम था. तो मीन जेएनके all said and done, they said they dropped all of them. कि नहीं खिलाएंगे. And this is where Akif Nabi got the chance. That poor guy had no contract, got rejected everywhere. And for the past 2 years, you see JNK's performance. Otherwise, Yudhvir Singh Charak, Rafiq Salam, they were ahead of Akif Nabi. So ये एक ट्रेंड चला था जो आप कहते हो कि जो फरवरी आते आते सारे फिट हो जाते हैं. I mean, दिल्ली में भी बहुत सारे मतलब कि है क्रिकेटर, बट अभी you need to have every association should take that decision. I think बॉम्बे जैसे एसोसिएशन में ये सब दिक्कत नहीं होगा, बट नॉर्थ में कुछ ज्यादा होता है. नॉर्थ में तो इट्स लाइक आई मीन आई डोंट नो, अभी यहाँ पे अचानक से हैमस्ट्रिंग ग्रोइन ये सारा आ जाता है, बट जैसे ही डीप कैमरा आता है सब ठीक हो जाता है. आई रिमेम्बर लाइक आई कीप गोइंग बैक ऑन अ फॉर्मर पंजाब कैप्टन कोट. जिस दिन पाजी मैच टेलीकास्ट होता है उस दिन मेरे सारे लड़के डाइव मारते हैं. जिस दिन मैच टेलीकास्ट नहीं हो रहा होता उस दिन कोई डाइव नहीं मारता.
अच्छा, जयंत जेना का सवाल है. अबे सरन नॉट इन नॉट जोन स्पॉट. प्रत्युष भाई, योर ओपिनियन?
I think it was very surprising call. Someone from the PCA told me that they sent only one name, Arshdeep Singh. Maybe
that's why I think the Dulip Trophy in its present form is outdated, because you need to have the merger of Dulip and Irani, the Ranji champion, India A, and 2 overseas A sides playing. That is more competitive than having this nonsense zonal system. When you don't play any other tournament on zonal basis, no other tournament is on zonal basis. It makes no sense whatsoever.
In the first game, East Zone versus Northeast Zone, Abimanyu Iswaran will score a double century. Someone from East Zone, Vaibhav Suryavanshi will score a triple century. You never know. Northeast Zone के खिलाफ हम खेल रहे हो. So I mean again, like it is official. Iqbal Abdullah told me once कि हमें साल लग जाते थे, अरसे लग जाते थे दिलीप ट्रॉफी कॉल आने के लिए. It was never that easy. But if you are distributing दिलीप ट्रॉफी appearance like ऐसे ही प्रसाद की तरह, तो उसका मतलब as you rightly said कि वो खत्म हो गया. You need to play 15. अभी JKCA ने जीता है तो उनके 6 प्लेयर होंगे. I don't know how Jasprit has made it to that team. And Punjab, Uday Saharan played really well for number 3. A batter who is batting at number 3 in North India. I think it was a hard done to over. But Nishan Sindhu will be there for obvious reason. So there is one academy in Rohtak.
रीत सावला जोक मार रहे, बोल रहे सूर्य कुमार यादव टेस्ट कमबैक. यार वो तो एमएलबी के ब्रांड एम्बेसडर बन गया, आपको उसको इंटरेस्ट नहीं है.
अगेन मैं आप लोगों से मतलब यही पूछना चाहूंगा, सूर्य कुमार यादव प्लेइंग टेस्ट क्रिकेट, ऐसा कभी कोई क्रिकेटर रहा है जो never deserved to be playing in the white but went on to play for India? in Test. I mean, Surya playing Test and the way he got out. I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know
But
kya
he
soch
had a very
ke,
good
what
red
was
ball.
the.
He had a very good Ranji record, मालूम है?
हाँ तो वो तो रिंकू
Yeah,
का भी
he
है,
had.
वो तो रिंकू का भी है ना.
Okay. Cricket updates का सवाल है नितिन sir. As we stand right now, likes of Surendra Bhave, Amarjit KP, Bhaskar Pillai, Amol Mukunda, 100 test matches. Yeah, do you agree?
I think the kind of quality those guys had, I think they, they would surpass some of the India players right now in the team. Some of the quality. I miss. I think cricket updates. You also need to mention Shantanu Sugwekar here.
Milind Gunjan.
Maharashtra, Milind Gunjar. I mean,
Ajay Sharma played Test for India.
Rizwan Shamshad from UP.
Yeah.
Some domestic legends. I mean, these were guys who every year you just. I mean, for us, grew up reading Ranji coverage in the
Sitanshu
newspapers
Kotak himself.
before
Assis
yeah
Winston JB.
before the
Assis
crick
Winston
info
JB.
era, before the crick info and the web era, we used to carry reports with a full page Ranji Trophy coverage, and we used to always hear these names scoring runs by the tons, but just did not get that opportunity, and that's why I feel a little sad when someone gets a cap just like that. These some Rajendra Goyal,
Paddy
our
Shivalkar.
Paddy Shivalkar,
Sir,
they
Abdul
Jalaj
Ismail.
Saxena. Recently, Jalaj Saxena. I mean, recent memory.
they were
Abdul
yearning
Ismail.
for that one chance. Abdul Ismail,
Abdul
they were
Ismail.
yearning for that one chance but couldn't get it. So let's value that cap a little bit more and not distribute it. You can give it away a little bit easily in the other formats, but let's not do it with the test game.
Sports fans, as a suggestion, is at least for next year they should play. They should pay. Otherwise, forget about ODI World Cup. Basically saying that आप अगले साल को जो है आप पे करना मतलब compensation hold back players because Aussie players are not going to come next year. Who are part of the test team, they will not come because they have a BGT, IPL, World
Ashes.
Test Championship final, Ashes.
Ashes, yeah.
वो नहीं है.
They'll not. You will not see Stark, Cummins. I think Cummins already made a statement somewhere that something has to give. And I think the IPL, yeah,
I think so. Cricket Australia made that comment. The big three won't play.
yeah,
So
the
it is
IPL
pretty
will
clear.
will
Yeah.
be low on their pecking order. So, and I think it should be the same with Siraj and Bumrah and the others. Why Siraj was bowled in that 40-degree heat in that Test match against Afghanistan, I have no clue. After a prevailing IPL season, after that very bad fall that he had in the final, that was a scary fall that he had. Something goes wrong with Siraj, boy. You're in
Yeah,
deep
doom.
shit.
Yeah.
You're in deep shit.
Okay. Pratyush, has Bangladesh series been finalized? Will it be a good test for our batters, especially in ODIs?
So no, I mean the minister. I mean it is back. Oh, that political way hoga. I mean it will be the government call. I mean last we know. So,
Day
but
after
there is a
tomorrow,
window.
Day after tomorrow, there is a very important press conference of Sheikh Hasina, in which Shakib Al Hassan is also going to be part of it. A virtual press conference where she's going to announce her return to Bangladesh. That might also play a part in all these things.
Yeah,
Just to
there's
let you
there are too many stakeholders in this year. I mean, they have been told that they keep only two grounds, एक ही दो venue पे सारे matches हो, security wise and everything. The window is there all is there. It's not 15 days का window तो है ही श्रीलंका test के बाद. God knows there. I mean, I don't know. Oh, now
She's played a part in the Bengal elections. So,
Okay, one more question. Pratyush, do you see Bumrah test in future or retire from test matches? Reed Savla says Bumrah should retire from any one format to prolong his career. Your thoughts? I think ideally one-day cricket next year after the World Cup.
I
In terms
think
of in terms of Test cricket, maybe after the Border Gavaskar Trophy. Just a suggestion, but anyways, that's his call.
as
yeah,
long
it's
as
his
he's
call.
in grade
If he
A
can't
plus.
play a five test tour, Chandresh, then I mean more than a five test tour. I think if he's not fit enough for a marquee series,
एक एक
you know,
सवाल है like I mean
the
if
series that
someone
you really want to play in, and if you can't keep yourself fit for that, and you can't prioritize your schedule leading up to a series like against Australia or England, then I think your priorities are misplaced, right?
uh, it
Go
just
on.
one thing like Nitin sir, like I mean आप office जाते हो, you do you scan edge buyers, you scan all the reporters copy, you put them in the CCI. अगर आपको कहा जाए कि नहीं जाना है ऑफिस जाओ, हफ्ते में बस वो काम एक ही दिन करना है. So I don't know whether he's been told if he's getting A plus secure A plus जो contract है as long as, तो किसी को भी like पैसा क्यों खलेगा है, आ रहा है. It will be, and I think, I mean,
No,
आपने
no, no, no.
बोला ना.
See, Pratyush, here I mean, let's not keep this, let's not keep this discussion related to money. I'm saying that he recently made a comment. I think that this is my favorite format. I think it said somewhere. I think after the Perth test, I think he had said that this is my favorite format. Then if this really is his favorite format, then you do what James Anderson and Stuart Broad do. You do what you do what Mitchell Stark did for all these years just to prolong his career. You can't have your bread buttered on both sides, right? I mean, one something has to go. And he's been an injury-prone bowler. He's a great. Probably he'll be in your
Best.
top three Indian pacers ever after after Kapil, Zach, and Bumrah. I mean, and Shami coming very close. But I feel that he has to prioritize his workload, and he has to give up in at least and as Chandresh mentioned, 27 BGT and 27 ODI World Cup. That season he can give. Somebody asked that question, right? And next year don't play the IPL. So fair enough, don't play.
ये कह रहे हैं 10 ऑर्डिनरी मैन कह रहे हैं जसप्रीत बुमराह ने खेल लिया टेस्ट, अब उसके पुर्जे ढीले हो गए, वो डिसमिस कर दिया.
Yeah,
It
like
seems, I mean, if you saw the way he bowled in that fourth test in Manchester, the debut of Anshul Kamboj, then I think his speeds were
and
really,
it
really
started BGT fourth is MCG win, right? जहाँ
yeah,
पे
yeah,
they were like he kept on going, and in Sydney he broke down.
yeah,
मतलब
yeah.
I don't know. I felt really like Bumrah rightly. मतलब I will never forget in Kanpur, Bangladesh, that rain
Yeah,
curtain
yeah,
test
yeah,
match.
yeah,
And on Monday, Kanpur crowd, Bumrah bowling from the press box end. पूरा crowd, मतलब 10,000.
yeah,
It is
yeah,
like a festival. Like कभी किसी fast bowler को इतना cheer
yeah,
करते
yeah.
हुए मैंने
Correct,
नहीं
correct.
सुना. Like it was next something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, Nitin sir, very important question. Is CWG relevant? World's top and best athletes don't participate. We are going to host CWG in 2030. Are we preparing for Olympics 2036? Nitin, this follows my comment on the group. I don't know if you followed my
Yeah,
comment on the group. My comment was
I
more
read.
ideological
Yeah,
because I feel very strongly about the fact that it reminds you of the British imperialism, because this was called the Empire Games at one point.
I know,
Do we
I know,
still
I know.
need to have that? That's my question. Your thought.
Keeping ideology aside, Chandresh, and just for our most of our athletes who do not qualify for world championships and for diamond leagues, if they are getting a chance to compete in a on a global platform like CWG, then I don't mind. But then let the achievements of the CWG be be kept in perspective when it comes to your qualification scales for the Olympics or for the other events which are slightly you know upscale. Like, but since we say that Commonwealth Games the quality is not high, but here we had the gold medalist from Pakistan who could not qualify in the top eight in javelin. So we can't really dismiss it, saying that there is it's low on quality. But since we are hosting it in 2030, and I think the 2030 version or the 2030 edition is going to be more grand with a whole host of events. Don't be surprised if you'll have yoga and and
Cricket.
Malakham and cricket and like some of the other events, shooting uh,
And remember, the Glasgow Games was a game that was rejected by Australia.
by
They won the
Victoria. Yeah,
bid, rejected, and they actually
yeah,
funded the games in Glasgow.
yeah. They funded the games. Yeah, because see, what I fear, Chandresh, is that when facilities are created for events like these, they should not then become white elephants. Uh, there was a white elephant in Beijing, the bird's nest. I think even today, I think it has become a white elephant. I don't think too many events are staged over there. So at least what happened in, I mean, you would remember 1994 when the national games were held in Pune. I think
Oh,
Bariwadi at least got used as and at least that own road and all got a bit of a lift because of. So there will be a lot of infrastructure development. I think the Delhi Metro happened. The brilliant connectivity that the city enjoys with Metro happened largely because of the 2010 Commonwealth Games. So there will be an offshoot, but then in terms of pure sporting spectacle, I think I have my doubts over the kind of quality that we might see.
And Delhi में
okay.
सबसे biggest blue line bus हट
Yeah,
गई.
yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
yeah,
I was first year in Delhi.
yeah,
Scary.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 10 ordinary ban says Bumrah is legend, but I hope he does not retire on Instagram. Cricket updates. सर जीजी कॉमनवेल्थ गेम्स तक तो रहेंगे ना सबको लग रहा है रहेंगे जस्ट द लास्ट सुपर चैट फॉर यू प्रत्युष boom last ODI World Cup 23 then 2 in England now and injured मतलब
I
ODI
mean, and saying me, he was not in the scheme of things. He was playing T20s, he was playing Test cricket. यही होता है हम लोग ना we just and then there's IPL. We get a bit carried away, and you have to understand his action, his body. And I go back to what Shane Bond said in 2022, if I'm not wrong, that one more injury and his
Yeah.
career will be So and coming from Shane Bond, जिनका career has been derailed because of injuries. So you have एक fast bowler का so some I mean इस तरीके का comment नहीं. Yes, I mean there are things that should be done. The BCCI, the bowler Bumrah himself will have to prioritize what he wants to play, what क्या format ये है. But just to say कि नहीं यार मतलब वो 22 खेला फिर 2 खेला फिर injured हो गया ऐसा नहीं है. I mean I disagree.
Just one thing here, Pratyush and Chandresh, where you felt that his priorities were a bit bit hazy when he made that comment in Dharamsala when he took over captaincy for one game. And that line that he gave, and I never thought that I will become India captain before I'll become an IPL captain. And I think that said so much. He left so many things unsaid, and also the ambition that he wants to be an IPL captain. So I think it's very clear where his priorities now lie.
Also, if you remember, Mr. Dhoni also said that the disasters in England in 2011 in Australia was nothing compared to what happened with India in the 2007 ODI World Cup. So it tells you where his priorities also lie in terms
Yeah,
of the formats.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, on that note, thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining us today. We'll join you again. That's it for today. Like, share, subscribe, comment, hype का बटन दबाइए, super chat के जरिए सवाल पूछिए. We'll hopefully join tomorrow. Till then, take good care of yourself. Thanks a lot, Nitin and Pratyush. Goodbye and God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you.